Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking to you about the annular eclipse in Taurus. It's at 25 degrees Taurus. It is a Rahu eclipse, and Mercury is tightly conjoined with the eclipse as well. So, what can we expect? Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking about the solar eclipse in Taurus on 10th of June. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. And the solar eclipse is on 10th of June, and it is going to be at its maximum at 10:41 UTC. UTC is Universal Time, and usually it's similar to GMT. So it's kind of morning in Europe. Of course, the solar eclipse is visible where it is the morning, but it is also the angle of the sun and the eclipse. So the main areas that the full eclipse is visible is in northern parts of Russia, Canada, and a bit of China as well. However, the partial eclipse is visible in some of the big cities, New York, Montreal, London, as well as Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia. So a number of cities in Europe, in USA will experience the partial eclipse. Now, eclipses are always disruptive energies. They are also transitional. Things can suddenly change. Emotions can run high. And although Venus is out of the eclipse, Venus is the lord of the eclipse, it is in Parivartana Yoga with Mercury, so it's getting pulled back into the eclipse. And Taurus, 25 degrees, if your birthday is around 10th of June, 8th to 12th, really, that is the tightest orb. That means even a little bit later, 5 days before, 5 days after, then you are going to experience some major change in your life. It doesn't happen on the day of the eclipse. Eclipses are omens for events to happen, for things to happen. So it could be your psyche changing, your ideas changing. Of course, if your moon is or ascendant is placed in Taurus. At present, because Rahu Ketu are in Taurus Scorpio, eclipses are taking place in Taurus Scorpio. We already had a lunar eclipse in May, and now we are getting the solar eclipse in June, 15 days apart. So this is a new moon in Taurus, brings the eclipse and heightens everything. You can see political changes, people becoming powerful, people losing power, other transitions in life, unexpected events. Today, just before I was recording, all the internet was down for major companies. So this is very much eclipse. And of course, Mercury is also retrograde alongside with the eclipse. But the eclipse is hard to decide how it is going to manifest. And certainly the Arctic, where it is visible all at the top of the world, though there can be issues like global warming and melting of ice and general environmental issues. There can be some unexpected weather-related events, earthquake-related events that we need to watch out. Very difficult to predict exactly when and how. The point about the eclipse, which used to be a warning to the ancients that something is going to happen. And it is going to be like a ring of fire. So you'll see the sun's corona all around this eclipse. And they say that it is on the eclipse day that Rahu is visible. So that darkness that is overshadowing the sun is considered to be Rahu. But that shadow, as Rahu is the node of the moon, is Rahu. So Rahu is visible and he's causing disruption because he's powerful and he is overcoming the sun. So what should we do around the eclipse? It is important to keep the day simple. Actually, even a day before and a day after, keep it simple. Usually 5 days after a solar eclipse, no important events are planned. So if you are planning like a marriage or a important event, then you would not plan it. So maybe if you've already done it, you can't do anything, but in future you can think. And also, Rahu can come like a passion, or the mind gets totally overpowered by Rahu. So we get obsessive about doing things. So slow down your pace of life. Don't try to achieve everything in the next few hours, days. Wait till after the eclipse. Once the eclipse has died down, we will all cool down. We feel better, and our energies will be much easier to deal with. So personally, I always keep the day before the eclipse, the day after the eclipse, very simple, and not to overstress myself, because naturally the stress level is high. How does it affect you? Aries, the eclipse is in the second house of money. So be careful about your finances, savings. Don't do any risky ventures around financial things during the eclipse time. Taurus, eclipses in your ascendant, depending on the degree, how close it is, or your moon sign. So be, restrain, caution. Those are the two keywords around the eclipse. Don't make any major decisions. Gemini, eclipses in the 12th house of expenses. So be cautious with your expenses. Don't make any major expenses. Sometimes expenses come, you have to spend, but from yourself voluntarily try to avoid doing that. Cancer, of course, moon is involved in the eclipse. This eclipse is in your 11th house of earnings. And again, don't take any offer that seems too good to be true. Don't try to compromise your ideals to make money. Leo, eclipses in your 10th house. This is to do with career. There can be some shift in career, not on the eclipse day, but you could see that you may be feeling that urge that I want to change, or your career circumstances change. So you are thinking about it after the eclipse has happened, and then decide what you want to do. Virgo, eclipses in the 9th house. 9th house is of the advisor, of the guru, of father. Important not to take advice during this time. If you're getting advice or receiving advice, then you know that you have to double check it, and best is to wait till after the eclipse is over and decide what you want to do. Libra, eclipses in your 8th house. 8th house is house of transformation, unexpected events. So they can be some unexpected energy. One good thing is there that Venus is out of the eclipse. So Venus is in your 9th house. You can be a spectator to the eclipse. Don't get involved in the turbulence. If there is turbulence around you, try to stay detached. Scorpio, eclipses in the 7th house of partnerships, relationships. Partners are going through some change. So are you, because, we are having Scorpio, Taurus eclipses. So again, this eclipse season, it's coming to the end. Last few days to stay calm, to stay collected, supportive, and keep life simple. Sagittarius, the eclipse is in the 6th house. 6th house is the house of obstacles, opposition, health matters. Avoid getting into argument with people. Don't try to be competitive during this time, because there's a lot of shadowy things happening. So you don't really know clearly what is that you're trying to get upset about, or what is opposing you. So why try to give an answer? Wait till after it's over, then you can decide. Capricorn, eclipses in your 5th house of children, of creativity, of past life good luck. Everything is confusing just now. Children may need your support. Your ideas may not be all kind of organized. They're going everywhere. So taking a few days before deciding what is it that you want to express, that may be the best option. Aquarius eclipses in the fourth house. You may be thinking about home, changing home, making some new decisions about where you want to live, what you want to do. I think some of you already know, but if you don't know, then this is not the time to decide to make a move, but to wait till how you feel after the eclipse. And what I mean after is, I mean, at least a week after the eclipse, then only that things will be fully settled down. Pisces, the eclipse is in your third house. Third house is house of determination, action. Eclipse is throwing you in all different directions. So again, not to take any action. It's only a few days, but it's sort of, you have to stop yourself, because sometimes the urge is so strong that if you stop yourself, then things are at least calm down and decide later. So that is it for today. With the eclipses, always keep that day very simple. Don't have the urge to do stress yourself out. If you're working, you have to go and work, and the eclipses are during the day. Then you are taking time and keeping away from too much energy being distributed. Remember, the eclipse energy comes like a big flash to you, and it can reveal new stuff as well. But to process it, it takes time, and decide later. So do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. Thank you.